Our next round is cancelled. So we're going to take a short break now. Hi, Jess. Our next game is called Cancelled, best joke of the show. This is where...
Johnny just awarded himself a bunch of points.
Go ahead, Johnny.
10 points to Johnny. I've never won one of these games. Maybe I should just be more of a tyrant. This round is where the arbiters of the woke left that use their mysterious and mystical evil powers to end the career of one of our enemies. Each guest has 1 minute to make their nomination for the cancelling ritual, be it person, place, thing, or abstract concept, and the winner's nomination will be cancelled forever thanks to our massive influence over capitalism and pop culture. Yeah, you're going to miss the 34 people who watch this show once we finish with you. Let's start with Kirstie. Kirstie, who are you cancelling today?
I'm cancelling my hot neighbour. So this is the man that me and my friends affectionately know as Neighbour Daddy. So like I moved into this house while it was still lockdown, and my desk fits into a nook right at the front by the window where as I'm working I can look up and watch, which was really nice. Because like I feel like I'm a bit more of the community from recognizing my neighbors as they walk their dogs. And for the longest time, like the highlight of my working day was when Neighbour Daddy took the bins out, because he's just really pretty. But this month he's got a really ugly haircut and ruined it. So, you know, he's dead to me now.
Let's have Kieran. Kieran, who are you cancelling this month?
I'm cancelling my neighbours, because every time I bring the bins out, they're like, "Oh, there's sexy daddy." I had to get this shit haircut. They make them leave me alone. I mean, it's not weird. You know what I'm doing? I'm meeting people who you think you found a kindred spirit with, and then finding that they don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about, and it's all wrong. Because I was explaining to a couple of people recently that I spend a lot of time imagining putting my brain into my younger self, but I overthink the shit out of it. And twice recently, I've met people who've been like, I'm the same. I do that same thing, right? But they don't put any thought into it, and I hate. So one of them, I was like, oh, when would you go back to? And one of them said, oh, I'd go back to the very beginning. You'd put your brain into your newly born. You'd be breastfed for like 18 months with your brain in your baby body. Oh, I have this real fantasy of being breastfed by my own mother, but not being able to tell her to stop. What is that? And then I met another friend, and this is an American friend of mine, right? Which is an important detail. He's like, oh, I'd go back to when I was like 12, which for him was like the year 2000. And I was like, oh, you've like genuinely thought of like a proper year of when you're kind of developed, but like could still make significant changes in your life. And I was like, what's the first thing you do? And he said, well, the first thing I do is warn people about 9/11. You think as a 12-year-old in the year 2000, you could have just called up the Pentagon and they'd have been like, this kid fucking knows what he's talking about. Also, and I'm not saying this is the case, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, I really amn't. But what if, just what if, it was an inside job? And you, as a 12-year-old, called up the Pentagon and was like, I fucking rumbled you, boys. Oh, I know exactly what's happening next September.
Oh, wow.
Spoiler alert, one of the 4 planes doesn't go right.